Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's talk about something that, well, pretty much all of us struggle with at some point, self-confidence. We're going to dive into a really personal and practical way to build it, all based on real, lived experience.
So let me just ask you straight up. Do you ever feel like a lack of confidence is the one thing that's holding you back, stopping you from doing what you really want to do? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone.
All right, so here's the thing. The perspective we're exploring today isn't coming from some polished professional motivational speaker. Not at all. It's coming from someone just sharing their journey. You know, human to human. And honestly, that's what makes these ideas so powerful. It's real.
First things first, let's just get this out of the way. Feeling unsure of yourself is a completely normal struggle. And the person whose story we're following shares how they hit this wall, and they hit it pretty early in life.
Can you just imagine being 16 years old and feeling completely and totally lost? You're just wishing for someone, anyone, to give you a little push in the right direction, but nobody does. That feeling of just being adrift, that's so often where a crisis of confidence begins. And it's a feeling a lot of us can probably relate to.
So what is it and actually causes our confidence to break in the first place? Well, so often it boils down to this huge clash between who we are deep down and what the world is pressuring us to be.
The source brings up such a great example with the movie 3 Idiots. Think about it. When you force someone down a career path they have zero passion for, you're basically setting them up to fail. And when you keep failing over and over at something you never even wanted to do, of course your confidence is going to get absolutely shattered. And this just lays it out so clearly. When you're following your passion, doing your thing, confidence just happens. It's natural. You feel energized. But the moment you start working under the heavy weight of other people's expectations, that confidence just drains away, leaving you feeling lost all over again. So if pressure is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it all starts by looking inward. You've got to identify what you are genuinely good at and what you're truly passionate about. And this is really the key. When you start pursuing something you have a natural talent for, something you actually love, confidence isn't something you have to force or fake. It becomes a natural byproduct of you just doing what you were meant to do. And let's look at how this played out in a real life. The speaker here loved singing and dancing as a kid, but life happens and she tried a conventional job for a year and just knew, this isn't for me. By making the choice to follow her passion, she didn't just find success on YouTube, she found genuine happiness, and with it, real confidence.
Okay, so let's say you've identified your passion. That's huge. The next big step is to protect it. And you do that by actively creating an environment that builds your confidence up instead of tearing it down.
And here are 3 really clear, actionable steps for that. Number 1, learn to just ignore the negative people, the ones who drain your energy. Number 2, and this is a big one, stop comparing your journey to somebody else's. And 3, consciously choose to surround yourself with good, supportive people.
Oh man, we've all heard this one, right? A lot of times it comes from family or friends who mean well, but they'll say, look how successful your friend is, and you're still here? Even if they don't mean to be hurtful, that kind of comparison can feel like a wrecking ball to your self-esteem. It just makes you feel stuck and like you're not good enough.
I absolutely love this analogy. Think about your social circle like it's a class you're in. Are you in the good class, where students are helping each other out, talking about their goals and growing together? Or are you in the bad class, where everyone's just distracted, wasting time and not really focused? Choosing the right class for your life is absolutely essential.
All right, the next piece of this puzzle is all about the outside. Once you start working on that inner confidence, it's time to focus on how you present yourself and your skills to the world.
Let's think about this for a second. You have a 2-rupee pen and a 100-rupee pen. They both write, right? So why in the world would anyone pay 50 times more for the expensive one? The answer tells us a whole lot about value and presentation.
It's all about context. The cheap pen is sold at a roadside stall to a customer who just needs a pen. The expensive one is in a fancy store, sold to a customer with totally different expectations. The point is, it's not just about what you can do. It's about how and where you present yourself. Knowing your value and knowing your audience is key. So this means sharpening those practical skills, your communication skills, even how you dress. It all makes a huge difference. And most importantly, you can't be afraid to make mistakes. I mean, our source tells us it took her 6 months just to learn how to hold a guitar properly. Mastery takes time. It takes practice.
So let's pull all of these ideas together, because we need to redefine the end goal here. It's not just about being confident for the sake of it. It's about figuring out what real success actually means. You could earn millions of dollars, right? But the source asks this really critical question. If you aren't happy doing it, is that really success? True wealth isn't just about the money in your bank account. It's about fulfillment.
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway.
The most sustainable, lifelong source of self-confidence doesn't come from getting other people's approval or from a paycheck. It comes from doing the thing that makes you genuinely happy. That joy is the fuel that will keep your confidence burning bright for your entire life.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. After everything we've talked about today, what is one small, concrete step you can take right now to start building your own authentic confidence?